Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about ZANDROK and whether or not you should pull for him. And if you're just here for a quick short answer, I say I probably wouldn't pull for him. He's good, but in hyper specific situations. So we're going to do some fights and whatnot. I want to show you guys him in action and some of the cool things that he does, and some of the cool little tricks and whatnot you can do. Now I haven't figured out a whole lot of tips and tricks for him yet, but he has potential. And if you're on a server where a lot of people use like Igor, Thalia and things like that, stall teams with Igor, he's going to be really good against those teams. But you know, Shamira teams, other teams that don't really have any use for obstacles or whatever, he's not really that great against them unless you're running some kind of Bailran team. If you're really hyper focused on Bailran and building teams with him, then he's probably a good choice for you to summon and whatnot for PvP. But PvE, he really has no role aside from destroying objects and stuff like that. Otherwise, his skill set isn't super good in PvE situations, especially in Dream Realm. Unless we get some kind of change to Dream Realm, I don't see him necessarily being super good there. But anyway, let me pull up a couple teams that we can fight and sort of highlight some of his stuff and whatnot. I'll be right back. Alright, so here we have an Igor, Athalia, Taylene, Pandora, and Seda team. And this is, it's a decent team, but with ZANDROK in here, we're actually able to destroy this whole wall, like this wall on the right side here. It's going to be completely destroyed, and it's going to open up the battlefield, which is actually a really cool thing that he does. And it can help a lot of teams if you're on a map like this, where the map tries to funnel all the fighting right into this area. With this whole right side opened up, it gives your team more space to maneuver and do things that they need to do and all that kind of good stuff. So like I said, there's some specific situations where ZANDROK's really cool, and you'll notice actually in this fight we're gonna kill this Igor super fast, because what'll happen is Igor, the fight will start and Igor will put an extra tombstone down somewhere over here next to Shakir and between ZANDROK and Shakir, and that is what gives him his initial fatal blow protection. But if he doesn't have that tombstone to jump to, your team can just like hyper focus him and destroy him in a couple hits. So that's actually kind of cool. It gets rid of Igor really fast, which is why I was saying against an Igor Athalia type team, this hero could be really good. But I talked about in a previous video where ZANDROK can destroy Seda's hearts, and he can. However, with the way Seda's hearts work, it's actually a rare occurrence. I was really kind of disappointed with how hard it is for him to actually destroy them. But yeah, it's pretty rare when he actually can, but he can do it. Anyway, let's hit battle here. You'll see the Igor, Shakir jumps over, the tombstone gets destroyed, that whole wall gets destroyed, Igor dies instantly. Lily May's able to take out a couple of these heroes, and between Lily May and ZANDROK in this fight, they're both doing some pretty decent damage. And this is normal arena, so we don't really have any of the talent tiles or anything active at the moment. But there's any hearts that were on the ground, if Xandro does his ultimate like right here, he'll destroy those hearts. It's just most of the time your team is carrying the hearts around on them, and then when Seda dies, that's when the heart drops. So there's not always a lot of time where there's hearts on the actual ground that are actually destroyable, but they, like I said, they can be destroyed by ZANDROK. And we did get the win. We can check out his damage. You can see Lily May and ZANDROK both doing about the same damage there. We don't have any healer on this team, so it's pretty impressive. He's able to boost up your team's movability, their what's it called? Their animation speed of their running and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that word, but yeah, he can increase that. He also increases the life drain that they do, so he's got some decent things with his kit. It's just he's not going to be super good against every type of team. So let's go ahead and we'll do that fight again so you guys can see it one more time, and then we'll do a fight against well, I'll show you guys some other fights that I did, but we'll do a fight against like a Shamira team or something like that, so you can see when you're not fighting a team that relies on stalling out the enemy team with like something like Igor, or if they're trying to, you know, funnel your team into a certain area. ZANDROK doesn't really fit. So it's like I said, it's kind of specific to your situation and whether or not you could use him on your own account, depending on the server that you're on and what your opponents do all the time. He's definitely not a hero everybody needs to pull. And I honestly, I would suggest skipping him for now until we at least get to see the skill reveal for like Ravion and all that kind of stuff. Plus we have to test Zany out, but I don't really think Zany's all that great in things like normal arena and stuff like that. She seems to be really good on the light bearer talent tiles, but aside from that, it's like, I don't know. I can't really say, I haven't seen too much of her. But there we had a really good fight. You can see the Seda didn't get much for her revives at all, actually. And ZANDROK did, like I said, he did about as much damage as Lily May. He did a bit more than her. And I think he might have actually destroyed some hearts. Let's actually rewatch that. I wasn't paying super close attention, but he's going to destroy the Igor tombstone and the wall, and then the Igor goes down right away, gets rid of him. I don't really see any hearts on the battlefield, but you can see how quick my team moves around, and that's because he increases their mobility or whatever. And yeah, any hearts that are on the ground down here, he would destroy, but it looks like the Seda just didn't really get any of her ultimates off that well, so she didn't really have any extra hearts to revive with. But yeah, anyway, I want to show you guys a team that I fought against that was a Zany team, and this is right here, yeah. So we have a Athalia, Zany, ZANDROK, they're using a ZANDROK too. Then we have Baelran and we have Freyesto. So let's go ahead and watch this replay. And honestly, Shakir, Thedor, ZANDROK, and Citrana or Gerda together. I used Gerda in this situation for some healing. They are pretty strong together. I really like the Thedor, Shakir, ZANDROK combination. Now Shakir went down early in this fight, but ZANDROK and everybody else were able to pull it off. Look how little Baelran already died. So yeah, it was pretty impressive how quickly we got rid of Baelran. I thought he was going to be much harder to deal with, seeing that ZANDROK would give him another boost to his HP and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, let me pull up a friends list fight or a team that's on my friends list, and I want to show you some cool little things that you could do with ZANDROK if you want to. Well, I'll show you guys. Just give me a sec. Alright, so here we have ZANDROK, and he's going to go into the Pandora box. And what's cool about this is this actually delays his illusions from running across the battlefield. So if you wanted, I don't know, if for some reason you wanted to delay that, like maybe an enemy Seda is getting some hearts dropped onto the battleground really quickly, you could actually put your ZANDROK into the Pandora and it delays that obstacle destruction. And I don't know. I thought it was kind of a cool little thing. We'll just go ahead and hit battle. Don't expect me to win this fight because the Shamira team is just destroying ours at the moment. But yeah, he goes into the box, and then when he comes out, you'll see that that's when he sends his illusions. See how his illusions go? He'll run up, increases the movement speed of your heroes, but yeah, they're not able to survive through the Shamira team, and ZANDROK really isn't that good against a Shamira type team. It's just too much damage, it seems like. But we can try to change our team a little bit and fight them. I'll get that set up. Alright, so we have a popular Shamira team here. You know, the Shamira is going to go into the Pandora's box, and she's going to come out, do her ultimate. So what we're going to do is make our Lily May the rearmost hero with our own Pandora so that we can block that first Shamira ult and buy ourselves some more time. And then we have ZANDROK in here, and since we want to run a ZANDROK team, we're going to have to either run a Mauler team or a Wilder team. So I decided to go with Shakir and Citrana and just run a Mauler team so we can get the faction bonus. But yeah, it kind of, when you need to use the Pandora Lily May combination to block a Pandora whatever type team, it really limits the hero choice and whatnot, because you either have to go with Wilders or you have to go with some whatever other faction hero that you're choosing. So if you're, like I said, if you're running a ZANDROK, Lily May, Pandora team, you're going to have to go Maulers or Wilders, and it doesn't leave you a lot of options. So anyway, let's go ahead and hit battle, and let's see what happens here. So normally Shakir and Citrana and everybody do pretty decently, but Shakir's gonna get his ult blocked by the Lily. That really hurts us. We block the Shamira's ultimate, and yeah, they're just chewing through our team. We can try and, well, we could try going with more healers. Like we could use Gerda and Nicola. Let's go ahead and try that. I'll get that set up, because healers are obviously going to be good with ZANDROK. It's just the way he works with his HP stuff. But anyway, give me a sec to do that. Alright, so here we have Gerda. She's going to jump over. That's going to actually, it seems like most of the fighting happens right here in the middle. So I'm going to move her back one tile so her hot spring is closer to the center of the battlefield. And hopefully this is, along with Nicola, is going to provide our ZANDROK enough healing that he keeps his HP nice and high, because he does damage based on his HP and everything. So hopefully this can work out a little bit better, but yeah, it's not showing promise. ZANDROK's not showing a lot of promise against teams like this, where it's like Shamira and things like that, but he shows really good promise against like the Igor, Thalia stuff, and even some of the Seda teams out there and whatnot. But anyway, this looks, oh, he's still taking tons of damage and just not healing much at all. Lily May's doing really everything here, and it's just, yeah, that Shamira just destroys them. The Shamira and the Daemon, that the damage from them is just a lot. And yeah, as you can see, he barely got any damage off. Lily May's the only one doing anything that's anything worthwhile. And you can see their Shamira is not barely even getting to her ultimate, and she's already killing the whole team. So he's not doing too well against that. I have one more idea. We can abandon the Lily May thing, but I don't think it'll work. So let me set this team up. I'll be right back. Alright, so with this team, we are going to try and use Rowan, because they said themselves, AFKJourney said that Rowan is a really high synergistic hero with ZANDROK, and I can see why that might be. So we're going to go ahead and test out Rowan, and then since we're also using Lily to hopefully block some ultimates and stuff, well, actually no, Lily's going to get baited by the Niru. Let's put in Ludovic. That's the other hero they recommended to use with him. So let's put the Ludovic in here, and let's see what kind of healing and whatnot we get from Ludovic and Rowan. Then we have Hugin and Siren in here to provide us with some shielding, and hopefully Siren can do some decent damage and whatnot, and it also allows us to get the faction bonus. So let's go ahead and hit battle and see how this team does, and then we'll call this a video, because it's starting to get kind of long. And yeah, I wanted to highlight where ZANDROK's pretty good, and as you can see, he runs away from everyone too fast. Like, he's out of the Rowan's healing range before Rowan can actually heal him. So if you don't have him blocked in by other heroes, he's not going to heal up properly, and it just doesn't work out. So yeah, as much as I want to say this guy is like a crazy good hero, he's not really a must pull for everyone. It really comes down to what kind of teams you fight on your server, and how much resources you have to waste on niche PvP heroes, because that's pretty much what he is. He's a niche PvP hero. Anyway, that's going to be about it, guys. Loot bar link down below, Discord link down there too. And if you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy. Games with y'all.